So anyway, I got this catalog from one of our Mars mission members, and in going through it, I noticed something peculiar from Apollo 10. In these catalogs that have been published on every mission, going back now to Apollo 8, what NASA has done in consonance with the charter is to publish voluminous amounts of data. You know, it's almost like one of those old Johnny Carson routines. Everything you ever wanted to know about an Apollo mission is contained within these covers.
Yes.
And, you know, you've got data on the Zeiss lenses, you've got data on the film types, you have data on the electric rewind, on the transmission. I mean, everything any photographer would ever want to know is in these manuals.
So much information.
What?
So much information.
Oh, yeah, you're drowning in data.
Yeah.
But this is good. You know, data's good. Also in the back of the catalogs, they provided, in postage stamp size, actual reproductions of every photograph taken during the mission. This is the still. These were the Hasselblad stills.
Right.
The film cameras, the sequence cameras are not available because remember when this technology was used, we were limited to film. Now, of course, you could have video previews of what the film cameras recorded, and you could simply order the video cassette of, you know, X orbit and that kind of thing.
Right.
Anyway, in the back of this catalog, from Apollo 10, published in 1971, mission took place in 69, catalog published in 71. I'm looking through it, and I'm looking in the back at the reproduction of the photographs themselves, and I begin to notice something pretty weird. NASA's catalog process of photo reproduction is lousy. If you go from upper left to lower right, there's about a half a dozen pictures on each page. And you would have overexposed, blank, underexposed, okay, underexposed, blank, blank, overexposed, so-so, underexposed, blank, 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 overexposed. And I began to compare that mission with the previous catalog from Apollo 8, where, with the exception of a couple, 3 frames, every photograph was perfect. Then I got an Apollo 12 catalog, which contained the data from the rendezvous and landing near the Surveyor 3 spacecraft by Alan Bean in the Sea of Storms.
Yes.
In November of '69,
yes.
Second lunar landing mission.
I recall.
And there were 50-some, 60-some pictures reproduced in that catalog, and those were all perfect. And I began to say, this is kind of weird. Because either we had a drastic fall-off in catalog production technology at NASA between 1969 and 1971, or we had a radical shortage of ink, particularly white ink, okay? Or maybe there's something more interesting because the photographs that were blank were of Occult.